Doing the morning reading from Sri SCSMath West London. We're in chapter 22 of Madhya Leela. And Mahaprabhu's giving instructions to Sanatana Goswami. And just finished reading. I'm not sure how many items there were, but we got to about 37. 37 items of the things that we should do and not do. So now, okay, so Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya, Jai Nityananda, Jai Advaita Chandra, Jai Gaur Bhaktavinda.
Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya, Jai Nityananda, Jai Advaita Chandra, Jai Gaur Bhaktavinda.
Okay, we'll start with text 128. Sadhu Sangha Nama Kirtan Bhagavata Sravan Mathura Vasa Srimutira Shradaya Sevan. One should associate with devotees, chant the holy name of the Lord, hear Srimad Bhagavatam, reside at Mathura and worship the deity with faith and veneration. Sakala Sadhana Shrestha E Pancha Anga Krishna Prema Janmaya E Panchira Pasanga. These 5 limbs of devotional service are the best of all. Even a slight performance of these 5 awakens love for Krishna. Okay, Jai. Shraddha Vishishta Priti Shrimutira Angri Sevane. One should have full faith and love in worshipping the lotus feet of the deity. So that was a verse found in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. And also the next verse. Srimad Bhagavatatanam Asvada Radhakai Saha Sajati Asaye Snigdhe Sadho Sangha Svatovare. One should taste the meaning of Srimad Bhagavatam in the association of pure devotees. And one should associate with the devotees who are more advanced than oneself and endowed with a similar type of affection for the Lord. Okay, as Guru Maharaj would say, birds of a feather flock together.
Yeah.
And it's important to be, here, Mahaprabhu is quoting, taste the meaning of Srimad Bhagavatam in the association of pure devotees. Because if we're trying to read by ourselves, we're going to get lost, and we need to be with devotees, and here again, who are more advanced than oneself. So we need to be always under shelter. That concept of being under the shelter never becomes obsolete, right up until the highest planes of service in the ultimate reality. Then we're always going to be under the shelter of someone senior than ourselves, trying to engage in some service. And it's sweet. Yeah. Otherwise, we think we're going to become God? Right. It's up to me. I'm going to decide everything, and it's all about my idea. And hello. Okay, Nam Sankirtan Sriman Mathura Mandale Sthiti. One should congregationally chant the holy name of the Lord and reside in Vrindavan. Okay. Quick little purport here by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Navadip Dham, Jagannath Puri Dham and Vrindavan Dham are considered to be identical. If one goes to Mathura Mandal Bhumi for sense gratification or to make a livelihood, he commits an offence and is condemned. Whoever does so must be penalised in the next life by becoming a hog or a monkey in Vrindavan Dham. Oh, I didn't know this was going to be the purport, but this is quite entertaining. And Madhusudana Maharaj was always saying how, Prabhupada, he's got some humour, current flowing through all of his purports, so we need to try and catch some of his humour. After taking on such a body, the offender is liberated in the next life. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur remarks that residing in Vrindavan with a view to enjoy sense gratification surely leads a so-called devotee to a lower species. Okay, so not so easy as to just go and live in Vrindavan. Durhad Bhutta Vriyesmin Sradha Durestu Panchake Yachasvapopi Sambandha Satyam Bhava Janmane. So this is also from the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. The power of these 5 principles is very wonderful and difficult to reconcile. Even without faith in them, a person who is offenceless can experience dormant love of Krishna simply by being a little connected with them. Mahaprabhu is continuing. Eka anga sadhe keha sadhubayu anga nishtahaile upajaya premera taranga. When one is firmly fixed in devotional service, whether he executes one or many processes of devotional service, the waves of love of God will awaken. Okay, I guess I'm not there, yes? Eka ange siddhi paila bahu bhaktigan ambarishadi bhaktira bahu ange sadhana. There are many devotees who execute only one of the 9 processes of devotion. Nonetheless, they get ultimate success. Devotees like Maharaj Ambarish execute all 9 items and they also get ultimate success. Okay, now another verse from the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Oh, excuse me for attempting this verse. Sri Vishnu Sravane Parikshid Abhavad Vaishaki Kitane Pralada Smarane Tar Angri Bhajane Lakshmi Putta Pujane Akrurastva Vivandane Kapi Patir Dasye Dasake Juna Sevasmatna Nivadane Bulir Abut Krishnaptir Eshampara. Maharaj Parikshit attained the highest perfection, shelter at Lord Krishna's lotus feet, simply by hearing about Lord Vishnu. Shukadev Goswami attained perfection simply by reciting Srimad Bhagavatam. Prahlad Maharaj attained perfection by remembering the Lord. The goddess of fortune attained perfection by massaging the transcendental legs of Mahavishnu. Maharaj Prithu attained perfection by worshipping the deity, and Akrura attained perfection by offering prayers unto the Lord. Vijrangaji, Hanuman, attained perfection by rendering service to Lord Ramachandra. Vajrangaji. And Arjuna attained perfection simply by being Krishna's friend. Bali Maharaj attained perfection by dedicating everything to the lotus feet of Krishna. Okay, and then... And there's a quote from the Bhagavatam here. Savai Mana Krishna Padara Vindayo Pachanksi Vaikunta Gunanuvarane Anane Karo Hare Mandira Majandishu Shutim Chakka Achutasta Katodae Mukunda Lingalaya Darshane Jao Tadvijaga Traspashe Niga Sangamam Ganam Chatatpada Saroja Sorabe Srimattulasya Rasanam Tad Apite Padohare Kshetra Padanusharpane Shirohishikesha Padabhavin Vivandane Kamam Chadasya Natu Kama Kamaya Yatota Mashoka Janasra Ariti. Excuse me for my poor pronunciation. Maharaj Ambarish always engaged his mind at the lotus feet of Krishna. His words in describing the spiritual world and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his hands in cleansing and washing the Lord's temple, his ears in hearing topics about the Supreme Lord, his eyes in seeing the deity of the Lord. His eyes in seeing the deity of Lord Krishna in the temple, his body in touching the lotus feet of Vaishnavas and embracing them, his nostrils in smelling the aroma of the tulasi leaves offered to Krishna's lotus feet, his tongue in tasting food offered to Krishna, his legs in going to places of pilgrimage like Vrindavan and Mathura, or to the Lord's temple, and his head in touching the lotus feet of the Lord and offering him prayers. Thus, Maharaj Ambarish desired only to serve that Lord faithfully. In this way, he engaged his senses in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. As a result, he awakened his dormant loving propensity for the Lord's service. Okay, Mahaprabhu is continuing now. Kamachaji Krishna Bhaje Shasta Agyamani Devarishi Patradikera Kabuna Herini. If a person gives up all material desires and completely engages in the transcendental loving service of Krishna as enjoined in revealed scriptures, he is never indebted to demigods, sages or forefathers. Okay, now there is a quote. Not sure where this quote is from. Sorry. Derishi buttapta nunam pitinam nakinkaro nayam charajan salvatmanaja sharanam gato mukundam pahitya katam. One who has given up all material duties and taken full shelter at the lotus feet of Mukunda, who gives shelter to all, is not indebted to the demigods, great sages, ordinary living beings, relatives, friends, mankind, or even one's forefathers who have passed away. Ajapanam Brahmayagya Pichiyagyastu Tarpanam Homodaivo Balir Bhutpautu Yagyo Titi Pujanam. Oh, that's a verse in the purport. Anyway, I'll read the translation now that I read the verse. By performing oblations with ghee, the demigods are satisfied. By studying the Vedas, Brahma Yagya is performed. And by this, the great sages are satisfied. Offering libations of water before one's forefathers is called Pitru Yagya. By offering tribute, Bhuta Yagya is performed. By properly receiving guests, Nir-Yagya is performed. There are 5 yagyas and 5 kinds of indebtedness. Indebtedness to the demigods, great sages, forefathers, living entities, and common men. Therefore, one has to perform the kinds of yagyas, but when one takes to Sankirtan Yagya, the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, one does not have to perform any other yagya. Jai.
Jai. Jai.
In Srimad Bhagavatam, Narad Muni made a statement about the systematic performance of Bhagavat Dharma in connection with statements previously made by the 9 Yogendras before Maharaj Nimi. Sage, anyway, that was the important purpose of that purport. When one takes to Sankirtan Yagya, the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, one does not have to perform any other yagya. Because what's that quote? You feed the root of the tree and then the whole tree is fed. So we're trying to serve the absolute centre, the Supreme Lord, then everyone else is automatically satisfied and duly honoured. Because otherwise we're because we're living in debt, right? By all the elements that we're the demigods who are in charge of the rains and the winds and the everything. You know, we're completely in debt. So we have to offer to somebody, and so therefore so many people are worshipping the sun god and all the different devatas and demigods, and they're having some sort of transactional interaction, but we want to get out of that system of having trade with higher beings and actually be in service to the Supreme Being, where there is said that kind of ecstatic relationship is possible. Okay, so then now, I'm not sure where this is from, but Viridama Chariba Je Krishna Charan Nishita Papachare Tara Kabuna Himana. Oh, this is Mahaprabhu saying. Although the pure devotee does not follow all the regulative principles of Varnashram, he worships the lotus feet of Krishna. Therefore, he naturally has no tendency to commit sin. Ajnane Vahaya Jadi Papa Upastita Krishna Tanre Shuddha Kare Nakaraya Prayashita If, however, a devotee accidentally becomes involved in a sinful activity, Krishna purifies him. He does not have to undergo the regulative form of atonement. And that's just reminding me of the other week at Villa Govinda, we had the Wednesday Italian Zoom. What was the subject was religion is bad, right? And then so here Mahaprabhu is saying, although the devotee does not follow the regulative principles of Varnashram, but he worships the Lord, because all the different. If we're just attached to the processes of doing something, then if it's not dedicated to the Lord, then, and that's what Guru Maharaj says in Bhagavad Gita in text 1866, surrender to me, that everything that is not actually for the Supreme Lord is conceived of as sin. So it's a very, refined, pinpoint goal that we're aiming for. You have to be, otherwise then the further it's, the infinite is such a great, could say distance away, but our aim has to be toward that finest point, and if we're even off just a little bit, then the more we progress, the more we go away from that point.
It's also a heavy point, like if it's not done as an offering for Krishna, God, it must be really particularly Krishna, then it's even a waste of time or even sin. That's a very heavy point.
It is, yeah.
And very clear,
yeah,
also for the devotees.
Yeah.
But it is like, so all other religions, although they give some transcendental elevation to the soul,
yeah,
if you don't come to the conclusion that Krishna is God, you don't come to the right conclusion.
yeah.
That's it's heavy.
Yeah, and I guess the thing is that it's so, the ecstatic relationships that are possible with Krishna are just so, glorious that, the word sin makes it seem like such a bad connotation, but it just means like it's something else. It's something other than that thing, like we want that absolutely incredible, gloriously beautiful, sweet, infinite happiness experience. So anything else is kind of like, like dirt in the street. It's not like it's, it's still connected. It's like, well, who cares? Like, it doesn't matter. If you're not going toward that ultimate ecstatic relationship, then what value does it have?
Yeah.
And it's just interesting, isn't it, that it really is all consciousness.
Yeah.
It's immediately the second that things are dedicated to Krishna, that's when it becomes not sin.
Yeah, that's right.
But it's not. It's like it's not external. And
Yeah, you can't do anything external to prove that, I'm dedicating myself to the Lord, it's...
Right. So it can look the same.
Yeah.
Externally, the action can be the same, but internally it's...
Yeah. And I really like that, the expression of, like, describing sin, that it's turning away from the Lord. It's just the act of turning away. And so it's our, like you're saying, consciousness, it's our position. I'm either turning to the Lord, and whatever is the infinite degree of like expression that comes from that turning, it's just infinite, or I'm turning away. Like it's anti or it's towards.
Yeah. It's only one way or the other.
Positive or negative.
Yeah. And it's interesting because I think like sin, I think it is heavy in the sense that we're taking our practice in life, our existence seriously, or trying to. So then it is a heavy point. Anything that's taking us away from that. But it's interesting, like, you know, sometimes talking to like maybe Christians, and there's such an emphasis on sin, and it's just like this, like, but that sometimes like softer understanding of like, okay, but it's just simply, you don't have to be afraid in the sense it's some demon coming to get you. Like, just turn back. We're always turning back, turn, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know, somehow it just feels a little less,
I guess we have that with Maya a bit too, like, oh, it's Maya, but you know, like, Maya is everywhere, Krishna is everywhere, like, what are you choosing in every moment? Are you choosing Maya, or are you choosing, but it's all there, but which...
Yeah, it's consciousness, how we're adjusting. But still, like you say, Satyam, it is serious.
Yeah. Why waste time?
And also at a certain point you have to come to the truth, because so much untruth is already in the atmosphere. Then come to the truth. Like, got the misconception about Brahman and I'm God and everything goes, and as long as you whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
As long as you harmonise it in this way in your brain, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And you're still at the centre.
And you, and you don't want to make anybody unhappy, or you have to be really careful, because you know, we have so in the world ego, so you don't want to. And that's why Saraswati Thakur was so sharp, and 99% of his energy for say
what is not.
What is not consciousness.
Yeah.
99%.
Wow.
Yeah, and on that point we were saying before, I was just thinking that he was, you know, people would observe what they're doing and saying, what are you doing? You're just doing what we're doing. You're eating, you're sleeping, you're, you know, like you're doing all this. Like, no, we're not. We're doing, everything we're doing is for the Lord. We're taking prasadam, we're taking the remnants of the Lord. We're doing service. We're not. Everything was completely dedicated to that service playing.
And in the material world, matter and spirit are so mixed. So then they extract a little bit more. This is spiritual, sort of healing or manifestation, and all sorts is possible. And I remember the first time when I came to in ISKCON, then they said, there's matter and there's spirit. And now we know more than the scientists. I mean, like, matter and spirit. And now we realize that, that's very important to differentiate.
Yeah. And consciousness.
But how to be more conscious, you know, all the time of these things, because we've embraced the principle, but if I speak for myself, I'm not, you know, consciously going through every second.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, that's the thing. We're in the process where it's not, and that's the beauty of it. It's not just I do this, I get the result. Jai, you know, like it's a relationship, and that relationship is deepening and developing over time. Relationships take time, and so we have to continually show up for the attempt at the relationship, and then be prepared to lose all of our things that we're holding on to in the process, which are, you know, sin, or, you know,
things we like.
Things that we like for our own pleasure, you know, that are, you know, taking us away. But it's just a, you know, a lifetime by lifetime process. You know, we're so habituated to getting the results of our actions in this time frame in our life. Oh, I do this, I get that. I study this, I get that position. I then get this job. I then get this family and car and stuff, you know. And no one,
No, I was just thinking, and that's where association, you know, associating with the subtle, associating with those that are completely focused. Why so important? Because from them, then we are more deeply attracted, and something is transferred from their hearts. You know, but we're more enthused, more encouraged, more remembering what they've said, remembering what they just did, and you know, like.
And we hear new things that we think, oh, wow, I have to correct this in me.
Yeah.
This is very nice. Like one time I heard you saying in the Zoom, and you were walking, and you said, and that really, I thought, wow, that's such a nice point what you made. You say, you want to grow. You want to see that you grow every moment. So that means like you have to focus, you have to be sharp. Like where can I add a little bit more humility or more happiness to the environment or whatever. You said it much better, but I thought, wow, that's such a good point. You want to grow every moment. And then I heard from Sri Maharaj, he says, what we see, that's not true. So what we see with the eyes, not true. What we hear with the eyes, not true. And all this stuff, that's because it's the senses, and it is the sense objects. So it's already not true.
All the filters.
It's already not true. So that's helpful. Like.
Helpful to know we have no idea what we're doing.
With the consciousness, and also I heard like activity and knowledge that doesn't count. That doesn't bring you to Krishna consciousness. It's the consciousness.
The heart.
It's the heart.
Gyan karma parihari Shuddharaga partadori Gyan karma. Jai. Okay, so then we read that. If a devotee accidentally becomes involved in sinful activity, Krishna purifies him. He does not have to undergo the regulative form of atonement. Okay, and now there's a quote somewhere. Don't know where it's from. Sapadamula bhajata priyasya chaktanya bhavasya hari parishaha vikramayas kotpitatam katanchit yunoti sarvang hidi sanishvishtaha. Excuse me. One who has given up everything and taken full shelter at the lotus feet of Hari, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is very dear to Krishna. If he is involved in some sinful activity by accident, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is seated within everyone's heart, removes his sins without difficulty. Okay, dangerous kind of verses, really, aren't they? Jnana Vairagyadi Bhaktira Kabu Nahi Anga Ahimsa Yamani Yamadi Bule Krishna Bhakta Sangha. So this is Mahaprabhu continuing. The path of speculative knowledge and renunciation is not very essential for devotional service. That's exactly what you were just saying, Shachimata. Indeed, good qualities such as non-violence and mind and sense control automatically accompany a devotee of Lord Krishna. Yeah, so that's nice. A nice spin, you know, that it's not like by restraining our senses or by, you know, externally trying to control the way that we're approaching the result, but by giving ourselves, then all those things automatically become part of our approach. And now, there's a quote from Srimad Bhagavatam. Tasman mad bhakti tasya yogino vai mad atmana nagyanam na cha vairagyam vayasriyo bhavid iha. For one who is fully engaged in my devotional service, whose mind is fixed on me in bhakti yoga, the path of speculative knowledge and dry renunciation is not very beneficial. And quite boring, really, isn't it? You know, all this talk and arguments and just dry. Yeah, like tasting, what do they say? Husked rice. You know, like just chewing on this dry. Oh, but what about this? And I think that and rah rah.
The dates.
Yeah. But it was this time. Who cares? How beautiful is it? You know, Guru Maharaj always, you know, encapsulates these things so beautifully. Why worry about the result when the process is so sweet? You know? Look at this. Beautiful flowers. Not sure today, though. I don't think these ones grown in the garden, but often they're the ones grown in the garden, being made lovingly into garlands offered to the Lord. Everything's collected. Preparations made, given to the Lord. I was thinking about this the other day, like the Lord, everything is His already, so what are we offering? You know, there's no necessity, it's already His. What do we think? But then I remember when I was a kid, it was my mum's birthday or Mother's Day or something, and I asked her for money so that I could go and buy her a present. You know, but she received the present with love because, oh, that's so sweet. I mean, it was her money. You know, I didn't have anything, and I just took from her to give to her, and she was happy. You know, so in the same way, the Lord is creating everything. We're just taking it and offering, but it's already His. But it's the exchange that He's, you know, has that relationship is the thing that's beautiful. It doesn't matter about all the details about, you know. It's about the offering. Yeah.
That's such a lovely example.
Yeah, I just thought it yesterday or the day before. Yeah, right. You know, it's already His. We can't offer Him anything.
It's an experience lived by all.
Yeah.
We've all done that.
Yeah. We know what that's like.
And the pride of rebooted.
Yeah.
It's also interesting to know all the services are already done by Him. It's for our benefit that
we get engaged.
That we get engaged.
Yeah.
It's already done. If we don't do it, it will be done.
Yeah.
And it's very lucky to get to have a seva.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a cheap thing.
Yeah.
Actually, when it comes, it's like, oh, this is actually super special.
Yeah. Like Guru Maharaj says, it's life-giving. It's not depleting. It's life-giving. Because real life.
Right, and it's changing our course. It's a course direction that we can't see, or it's like totally invisible, but it's moving in the background and changing.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Sometimes when we're engrossed in Seva, we just fail to recognize how privileged we are.
Yeah.
But that becomes more of a duty.
Yeah.
We fail to recognize how fortunate we are
Yeah.
to be able to do this.
Yes.
Yeah. So then.
Sorry, I shouldn't be speaking.
No, you. Why? Yeah.
So then it's no longer seva, you know, like that's the thing. We don't want to be mechanically just going through the motions of anything, because then what's the point? You know, Gurudev would say you can be living in the temple and being in Narak, you know, because you're not, your consciousness is not there. We have to try and be conscious of what we're doing and happily, lovingly offering ourselves. Okay, well, I'll just read a couple more quick verses. Okay, and this is a quote from the Skanda Puran. Ete na hyad buddha vyada tava hingsha dayo gunua hari bhakto pravritta je nate shu paratapina. O hunter, good qualities like non-violence which you have developed are not very astonishing, for those who are engaged in the Lord's devotional service are never inclined to give pain to others because of envy. Just a little addition. Vaidhi bhakti sadhanera kahulan vivarana raganuga bhaktira lakshana shuna sanatan. My dear Sanatan, I have now in detail described devotional service according to the regulative principles. Now hear from me about spontaneous devotional service and its characteristics. Da, 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 da. We'll stop there. That can be the... We'll hear about all of that tomorrow. Hopefully we have the ears to hear. Because I think you finished this time, right? Yeah. At least. We're probably late. Jai, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Shri Krishna's Kaviraj ki jai, Shri Krishna Janmastami ki jai. Probably should have read something about the Lord, but I'm sure that will all be happening later on today. So then...
And announcements today.
Yes.
The time of the festival.
Oh, the time? The festival starting at 4 p.m. today.
Yeah. And then Harinam.
Harinam, Sankirtan, at 11.
Leaving
here
at 11 and then starting in Hounslow Central at 12.
Hounslow Central at 12 o'clock for Harinam Sankirtan, or meeting here at 11 a.m.
Yes.
So fly in.
Fly in from anywhere. Yeah.
Anu Krishna's flying in today.
Oh, is she? What time does she arrive?
3.
Okay. Oh. Good timing. Will she be in a state to be in a festival?
Yeah.
It's a long flight, isn't it?
It's a long flight, but I think she'll be up for it.
She'll be drawn into the enthusiasm of all the devotees, no doubt. Okay, wonderful. Then, who's going to lead Hari Harai? I think you haven't sung. You haven't. Not
This morning.
No.
Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Jai. I already said that.
Sundar Prabhu ki jai.
Hare Krishna. So, who's singing? Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jadavaya Namaha. Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Gopal Govinda Rama Srimad Sudan. Giri Hari Gopinath Madana Mohan. Chaitanya Nityananda Advaita Chanda. Radha Shiva Sari Gaura Bhakta-vrinda. Janamba Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath. Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath. Jai Gosai Gauri Charana Bandhan. Jai Devignanasa Vishapuraj. Etha Gosai Jaruri Nanadai. Ansvara Padarinda Mora Panchagas. Saparika Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Sundarat Hagiri Hari Ji Ki Jai Jai Saparika Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Gandhava Govinda Sundar Ji Ki Jai Jai Om Vishnu Bhajala Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Jai Om Vishnu Bhajala Bhakti Rakshira Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai Shri Rupanuga Guru Bhaga Ki Jai Namacharya Sulhairas Thakur Ki Jai Shri Chaitanya Saraswati Charja Vrinda Ki Jai Anand Gauri Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai Tulasi Maharani Ki Jai Ganga Jamuna Ji Ki Jai Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai Shri Chaitanya Saraswati Math Ki Jai Shri Chaitanya Saraswati Math London Chapter Ki Jai Jai all the assembled devotees Ki Jai the world devotees Ki Jai Shri Krishna Janmastami Ki Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai Jai Gaur Premanande Jai all of the airplanes over Heathrow.
Today we have Harinam Sankirtan
Yep,
at 12 o'clock in Hammersmith High Street.
Yes.
we mentioned that.
We did.
Oh great, mention it again.
Yes.
And at 4 p.m.
We also mentioned that. We're doing our job, Saraswati, don't worry.
Starting
Huh?
4 p.m.
4 p.m? What do you say?
4 p.m. here or online? Whichever way they want to join.
Oh, online as well. Okay.
Jai.
Jai.